Hello, 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 Capricorns. Welcome, welcome. Happy September. Oh my goodness. Wow. So, just as get started here today, this reading for you is the 6th through the 12th. You have a new moon today. So, if you're watching this before the new moon, start preparing yourself for those energies that are going to come in. Start probably around the 3rd, 4th, and they're probably going to go to about the 8th, somewhere around there. Energies are going to change. We are going from the waning moon to the waxing moon after this new moon. So it's going to probably show you some energies that are a little bit conflicting, energies that might have you sort of in a state of like fog brain kind of a thing. So going on with that, I'm not going to talk too much about the new moon because there is a new moon reading that I'm going to do. So you can go ahead and watch for that. If you don't know where to look, just subscribe, hit the bell, and you'll be notified when that thumbnail comes up. I'll be posting that later today. This is being recorded on the 31st of August. All right, so let's get started. I am going to let you know a heads up. I am going to be changing up the spread this month, not for this reading, but for future readings. I'm trying to ask Divine which kind of spread he wants me to do. So we'll see what we go from forward. All right, so let's get going. So I am going to pull one card off to the side, which is Divine, and I am going to do it a little bit different today. I am going to pull up your recent, past, present, and future. The reason why is there's something going on in people's current energies from the past, and so I need to find out what it is that's holding you guys back. All right. I'm pulling past, present, future. Then I'm going to go into a quick spread. And if there's time, we'll go through love and relationships. Definitely. Boy, these are pretty much a lot of the energies of the last time. Okay, so remember, you guys, I do astrology numerology too. So I mix these energies all in. So we have the number 9 is your divine card, and this is the orchestra. That means things coming together. Nothing is played separately. Well, you can play things separately, but when you put all the instruments together, it's a really beautiful sound of like an orchestra. Okay, so that's what this is about. This is saying, what is it in your life that you're putting together to make something more beautiful, something more balanced, whatever that is for you, because it is the number 9. This is the divine's card. So this is for whoever is asking a question or going through a struggle. Through divine is trying to do everything alone doesn't work. Sometimes we need to ask for help. Sometimes we need to admit that we just cannot do everything alone. And it works better if we don't do things alone. Going like parents. If you have 2 parents, it's easier to handle the kids, the work, and all that kind of stuff. Rather than a single parent, it's a lot of work. Okay, something like that. Okay, but it is the number 9, so this is something to stay in the forefront. So whatever is happening in your life, divine is saying you can't do it alone. All right. So we've got the past energy, the current past. I'm looking at in the last month. Okay, when I say past energy, I'm looking at in the last month. The number 2, something either came apart, fell apart, came unbalanced, or the reverse. Things started turning out really, really good. Things were still started happening and allowed you to keep moving things forward where you felt pretty good about it. You felt really pretty happy about it. So I'm not sure which Capricorn you are, but maybe something has really started falling apart. But don't panic because we've got movement here. We have the magical map shifter, which is the number 7. Okay. And when we look at the number 7, we are looking at a lot about our potential, our ambitions, things that we have going and working towards us, that kind of a thing. Sorry, I'm just moving some books and stuff around. So this is a choice that we have. What is it that you have? What is it that you want to do? This could have been basically from your past, not knowing where you wanted to go. Not for the Capricorn that, didn't things sort of fell apart kind of a thing. It's just because maybe you just didn't have a focus. There might not have been a focus for something, for somebody, that things were coming together, things were making things happen. That is where your focus was actually maybe on point for the moment because it didn't stay, or if it did stay, you're trying to make new decisions about something. All right. Your future energy again is the same as what divine is saying. It's the number 9. It's movement. How are you moving? Are you moving alone? Are you moving with someone? Are you moving in a direction that it's going to bring more unity, more unified, that kind of a thing? Or are you trying to do everything on your own? Again, because we work on things that come together. Even if you were doing something alone, say you're an artist and you're doing your own thing alone, it's still going to come together with something else. Like when I wrote my book back here, I had the writings, but I had to have some illustration. So I had to work together with somebody who knew how to illustrate or make the cover, the cover, that kind of a thing. So you are working with somebody, but maybe just not for the moment, but definitely need to be working with somebody. Now, if this is a love relationship, you can't work in a situation where you're an I and me relationship. Okay, it means I and you. Okay, we want to be a we relationship. Things that you want to do separately, yes, you've got your potentials, your ambitions there. They have their potential ambitions, but the thing is, you help each other grow those together. But you come together in the middle with a common goal. So say he works hard in whatever and you work hard in whatever, but then you bring your money together for a common goal. Let's say you want to take a vacation or buy a house, or whatever it is. Or maybe you're young enough and you want children, you're saving to have children, that kind of a thing. You're coming together for a common goal. Again, that's the symphony coming together. But if you sit there, this is my money, this is my money, then how is this a unity? It's not a unity. And what are you doing? It makes no sense. Makes no sense. All right. So we've got the current energies. Oh boy, we've got the Hermit for your first card out. Again, somebody in the past wasn't paying attention. Somebody wasn't planning. They're just flying by the seat of their pants, literally. They're flying by the seat of their pants. This is somebody, Capricorn, that just goes with flow. And sometimes this current energy, the magical map shifter, is saying that if you do that, it's sort of like getting a grab bag. You never know what you're going to get. Even if you know what you're doing, but you're picking a lot of different things, you never know what you're going to get, and if it's going to fall through or if it's going to come through. Because again, we're in movement. Which are we supposed to be moving? Which way is that ostrich or emu moving? It's moving forward, or is it? It could be actually lifting its leg up to move backward, but that depends on you. Okay, that definitely depends on you. I personally think that the emu is moving forward. So let's see what else we've got going here. So the Hermit, the King of Swords, the Four of Wands, Justice, Six of Swords, Four of Cups, and your challenge card, oh, 10 of Swords. Wow. Okay. So the Hermit, again, are you going to fly by the seat of your pants? Or are you going to do some research and make sure that you know what is happening to bring something together? Again, we're really paying attention to your main oracle, which is the grand symphony, bringing something together, not doing it alone. A lot of the times we have to do some analyzing, like the Hermit or the Virgo. We have to step back and look at things and make sure things are turning out the way that we expected them to. And if they're not, do we still want to keep moving forward, or do we need to reanalyze and go a different way? It's like a Y in the road. This is a time where the Hermit card being the first one, we've got a Y in the road. Which way are we going to do? Where go? But the Symphony card, Divine's card to you guys is basically saying we need to do it together. We need to do something together. But because our past wasn't working, it was made, we were flying by the seat of our pants. Your next card out is the King of Swords, all about truth, all about looking at what is helping you to move forward. Because there's a lot of distractions, there's a lot of things that are trying to tempt you to pull you away from being focused. Again, this is the current energy card. You know, which one are you going to pick? How are you going to stay focused? It's sort of like, you know, he can't see it, but maybe he can feel it, and which one he wants to pick and choose. Okay, so you have to have something inside of you knowing which way you're going to go, because you've got the Four of Wands, you've got Justice, and the Six of Swords. There's challenges coming up in the middle of the week to say, hey, you know, you really got to pay attention. What is it that you want? What is it that you desire? Stop flying by the seat of your pants, pretty much per se. And just, you've got to do, you know, your due diligence to check things out. It's sort of like, I hate to say it, but it's sort of like the social media stuff. I don't go on to Facebook hardly anymore unless it's to just post ads for my business or something. I stay away from it because it's so unfactual, and a lot of people are believing unfactual stuff, and that's what's going on in the justice system in this reading, is that you're paying attention to stuff that doesn't mean anything, that you shouldn't be paying attention to because it's stealing your joy. Okay, I don't know who this is for, but this is your past energy. This is your last month's energy. It's like, okay, I'm flying by the seat of my pants. I'm really not sure what's happening. I really don't know which way I want to go. I don't know what I want to do, you know, and I'm listening to all this noise out here, listening to the news, listening to social media. You're creating your own drama by listening to all this stuff, because you can't be content by listening to all the drama. Okay, so this is something that is happening because the Six of Swords is definitely about that. Okay, and the Four of Cups, that just tells you that it's you're not content. For somebody, they're not content, and in order to move to be content forward, we have to begin to look at what we really want for our future. And if you're in a noisy place, or if you're in a stressed out anxiety place, this is a time to look at that. This is your Four of Cups, to sit back and say, you know what, I'm really not happy with the way things are going. I'm really not happy that I'm doing all this alone, or I'm being a hermit. But I do need to be having some alone time. However, the divine is saying you need to come together with something. Okay. The challenge card here is your Ten of Swords. So, you know, there is something that is coming to an end, or something trying to finish, and you're fighting it. So if you allow it to come to an end, it's actually going to open some more doors for you. And this Four of Wands is going to be able to flourish. So the Four of Wands is a unity of some type. Again, that's what the divine is talking about. This union, this unity. I don't know what it is that you're trying to come together with, but as soon as you allow this whatever to happen, and I mean happen quick, this is your current energy card. It's got to happen quick. You got to be allowed to allow it to happen. And when you do, then there's going to be now movement forward. And you're going to actually not have a challenge card anymore. You're going to allow it, and it's going to melt away and say, okay, let's get going. Okay, because I've done a little bit of my research. And then you're actually looking at, okay, now I know what I'm, now I know which way I'm going, what the truth is, and which way I want to go. Okay, because your Justice card in the center is saying that something's off balance, something isn't right, something something wants to come together. However, it's sort of like somebody knowing it all, and you can't tell them anything, and then they end up doing everything by themselves because nobody wants to work with them. Have somebody in your workplace or school or anything like that you know, it's like, and then they wonder why nobody wants to be friends or work with them. It's because of their attitude. Definitely. And they're not happy either. That person is, and they could be a Capricorn, but they're definitely not happy. It's like they don't understand because they cannot see the full picture. All right. So let me get clarity on this Six of Swords, what's fighting what and what's fighting who, or who's fighting what. Excuse me. Holy Toledo. Oh my goodness. Wow. Powerful. Extremely, extremely powerful. Somebody is almost at their rock bottom. Definitely at their rock bottom, and they don't know which way to go. They don't know how to go up again. The symphony has just sort of quit. It's like each instrument, the instrumentalist is walking away from the stage because nothing is working. This is not the same energy for somebody. I don't know who this is. But for this energy here, this flying by the seat of your pants in the past is not going to work anymore. It is definitely not going to work anymore. And this choosing things willy-nilly without checking into them is going to hold you in a stuck pattern, and it's going to keep creating a heavy burden for you. The heavy burden, you need to want to release that. And how you release that is by looking into it more. What is causing it? What is keeping you stuck? What is keeping you from trying to get the help that you need, or reach out to people that you really need to reach out to. Maybe this could be a relationship where you haven't talked to somebody for so long and you're just afraid to reach out. The reason why I said this is so powerful is look at the next two cards. You have the Hierophant and the High Priestess, the two highest spiritual cards to come out together. Power team. This is a spiritual battle that you are doing within yourself. This is not for somebody. This could be somebody that's coming towards you, that is this way, that is in a huge spiritual battle. They can't see it. That's the current energy. They cannot see it. However, this is about them moving forward. There's two number 9s here. Let me check the numerology here. 11. Something is trying to come together, but it can't because something won't end. And that could be stubbornness, that could be pride, that could be unbelief and unfaith in a higher power. And that higher power is trying to tell you, hey, we're trying to bring things together for you, but you're fighting us. It's like you want to believe, but then you're like, because of what's happening, it's outside of you, you're not. And so you still stay depressed, you still stay unhappy, you still stay frustrated, you still stay this way. Well, how's that working for you? That's what I'm saying is, how's that working for you? Because if you try to do something different in a different manner of your mindset, and start from your spirit first, that is really going to change things around 100%. There won't be any more flying by the seat of your pants for some of you. For those that have had things come together, you've got to keep this power team going. You've got to believe and have faith and trust in the unknown, the unseen, the second dimension where it lies, because all it is for good. Everything that the divine does or brings into your life, or who you touch or who comes into your life, is either to bring good to you or you bring good to others. It's those temptations and everything that keep coming through that want to throw everything off. And that's why the Hermit is really paying attention and staying on top of the mountain, that the Hermit can keep looking. And if you think about it, the Hermit card, he's alone. And he has to look at things and analyze things alone in the dark, pretty much. And that's where the divine goes. If he works in the dark, he works in all that kind of stuff, but he also works when you're alone and you're paying attention. Okay, Hermit card, first card out. King of Cups. So we have the King of Swords, King of Cups. And that is when you're rough waters, you got to seek the truth. Look at the truth. Find out what the truth is. What's your authentic truth? Well, who are you authentically? Not looking at what people want you to be. That's why you're flying by the seat of your pants. You're being whatever everybody else wants you to be and not what you need. This will release a burden once you begin to be your authentic you. The stress, the anxiety, the depression, all that stuff is going to go away because now you're authentic you. You're caring about who you are, your passions, your desires, and all that kind of stuff for who you are, not for who somebody wants you to be. I don't know who that's for. And the King of Cups is there because he stays calm. He stays peaceful. Peaceful. He stays peaceful. He stays peaceful during the storm. What keeps him there? If you look, he's holding oh, what do they call that? It's like a rod, but it lost my mind. But it's also got the cup, so that keeps peace because the divine power, the divine energies, he knows that things are going to turn out no matter what. So whatever's going on with you, it's going to turn out fine no matter what, but you do have to keep moving. Okay. All right, let me see if I can see a little bit more clarification on what you are. I think this is a pride and ego thing. Definitely a pride and ego thing. I'm looking at the Ten of Swords on this challenge card for you to get a little bit more clarification, please. Ace of Swords, Queen of Swords, and the World. Fear. The Ace of Swords is about being the truth. The King of Swords, the Ace of Swords, the King of Cups, the Queen of Swords. You've got the King, the Queen of Swords, and the Ace of Swords. Somebody is so afraid of the truth, of maybe even looking at themselves in the mirror and being the truth that maybe you're not living the life that you really, really wanted to live. But now's the time to face where you are at and start all over and start fresh and new and become the person that God created you to be and who you are authentically made for whatever purpose that is for you. Fear is definitely holding you back, but you have the King, the Queen, and the Ace, all newness coming. Now, this is your choice. This is your forward energy, your future energy to move forward. Okay. This is definitely sort of a Uranus energy that we want to break our own freedom, be able to live and be who we are as people. This is the Uranus or planet energy to keep moving forward because your card is the World. You're stopping, somebody's stopping themselves, but the world is right there for you to grab. But you have to have the confidence in yourself to keep moving forward to do it. Beautiful, beautiful. It's a rough reading, but you know what? What blows my mind are these two came up side by side. So this is definitely telling me that it is a spiritual battle that is happening between you, and they're trying to release some of your pain, some of your sorrow, some of your hurts, some of your past energies, and those were caused by not really thinking about decisions you made clearly and decisions that you made more in depth. Let me tell you, I've been there. You know, you think you go through it all in your brain. You're like, did I cross all my T's? Did I dot all my I's? In all reality, you probably didn't, even if you think you did, because now you're reaping the pain of it. But that's okay, because in our pain there is good. We learned something, or we are learning something. And in this case, fear is definitely controlling somebody rather than the authentic confidence in yourself. Okay, so let's go real quick to love and relationships. So this means that you could be single. This could be a relationship, definitely of a friend, but a lot of people who want love and relationship, it's about a new boyfriend, new girlfriend. Am I going to find love? Are they going to come back? That kind of a thing. So let's see what they are talking about now today for you between the 6th and the 12th. The Phoenix. Woohoo! Resurrection, surrender to change. That's sort of your reading altogether. But if you're in a relationship, you need to surrender to change. This is 9, 10, 11. This is number 2 in numerology. Again, flying by the seat of your pants doesn't help a relationship. You have to surrender to the change. We need to ask questions to protect ourselves. We need to know somebody. We need to decide on if this is a person that we want to keep moving forward with. Okay, this is your current energy for this week. This week. Okay, you're going to have to make some choices and decisions, and it's going to keep you moving in a direction. And you have to find out from those questions that we're asking, are they what I want to keep moving together with? When you ask a bunch of questions, you're like, maybe that's not quite it. But if you go back to the looks and you go back to the outer shell, then you're going to be tricked, and temptations are going to be there. Because they're really good looking, or they're really nice, or they got a really nice smile, or whatever it is, and you're going to be tricked into that, and staying into something that's going to waste your time and energy, and you don't want that, because what divine is really working on here is a power team, power couple. Oops. Power team, power couple. See if I can hold these in a manner that you can see them all. Okay. Power team, power couple. I don't know a power team, power couple that doesn't work together. So in your relationship, this needs to be somebody that is lifting you up to whatever your purpose is, and you lift them up whatever your purpose is, so that it can meld together. All right. This is sort of a brand new resurrection of it coming together. So this might have been somebody who's been gone and separated for a while. They figured things out, and now they're back, and they're going to resurrect something. This also could be 2 people coming together that have worked through their stuff, and then they're going to be coming together. But this is definitely the divine's working on somebody for a power team. Okay. It's not an I-you team, or I-me, I and me, and it's not a team of that at all. And if that's where you're at, then you're with the wrong person. Because that's not the way divine works. Yeah, hold your vision. Power teams hold their visions. They keep moving. They keep persevering through all the ugliness. They don't fly by the seat of their pants. They know that they have to work together in order to make something together happen. That's also a unity to make if you wanted a marriage. I don't know who that's for. You don't work against each other. You work together with each other to bring each other's bond closer. So you hold that vision. Definitely. So this is definitely a beautiful, beautiful couple. But are you going to move in the right direction, or are you going to keep thinking of the past and do things like the past, which doesn't work? I'm really sorry, but it doesn't work. Flying by the pants doesn't work. That's not going to work for the future. It's just not. Okay. So that is your reading, Capricorns. Big one. Big one. Spiritual battle, big one. Whatever it is that you need to complete, finish it, because it's going to happen quickly. You have to understand that your movement forward is not something that you can just go willy-nilly about. You can do a lot of things by go with the flow. However, you're going in blind, and whatever it is your future is holding for you, you want to be able to work things out and try to analyze and figure the truth and the facts of it before you go into whatever it is that you're going into this week and your future, probably future couple of weeks. Okay, and especially with this new moon coming up, these energies, you really, really want to be focused in on having a plan. A little bit of a plan. You work in the now, but you still have a plan forward. It's like taking a vacation. You're looking forward to it and you're planning for it, but you're still working now to make it happen. You're gathering all the money, you're maybe getting a few new clothes, that kind of a thing, but you're still happening in the now. But something, a goal or something's being set in the future. That's the same with this. And that's how orchestras work, is each instrument plays individually, but then as it gradually comes together, that orchestra plays one beautiful song, and it's just harmonious. Okay. So you guys have a wonderful, wonderful week, Capricorns. I hope this helped, and I hope you have a prosperous, safe, and loving week. Please don't forget to smash that like button. Appreciate it very much. Us YouTube creators, that is one of the biggest things important for a YouTube creator is just to hit it. It's hard to remember, so I'm reminding you to please do that. And then you can also share this if this resonated with you for somebody else. Please share it with your friends. And don't forget, if you want to see the new moon reading, or if you want to see any of these videos that pop up every now and then for spiritual growth or mind, body, spirit, they're down below, the links. But also to subscribe, hit the bell, and you'll know when those are uploaded automatically. All right, take care. Don't forget to walk in absolute truth and love. Bye bye now.